Yeah. But does it give me the answer of my next question? Because I can listen a difference between the old stuff and the new stuff from you. It's a little more harmonic, and I think I know why. It's more positive in your life now.
Yeah.
And this seems to me completely clear. I have listened to songs, and many from the songs goes about relationships.
Way you live your life is some kind of relationship with everything around you, be it persons or like we've been discussing earlier, companies or feelings. Yeah, it's basically about life and also like the music. Since I wanted to take the music and strip it down to what's essential and most important, it's also a little bit like that with the lyrics on the album. It's dealing with the basic stuff that everyone can relate to, but at the same time doing it in a context where it still sounds like Evil Masquerade lyrics, because as you probably know, I'm not very interested in writing it too clear, like on the forehead of people. It's like this and this and this and this. I want people to be able to use their own imagination and because everyone hears. Let's for the song, for example, Black Raven's Cry. I'm sure you hear it one way.
Absolutely.
And someone else hears it a different way and feels, oh, this feels like this, and basically, okay, the whole song, okay, it's very clear what it's about in the rough, but then the more specific interpretation of it, I think it should be. If it's too clear, it also deprives people from imagining and putting the song into their own lives. So I try to, on this album, I try to write about the important things about life, as that everyone can relate to, but still do it in a more poetic way, where you still can use the imagination and put the songs in context to your own life.
Now you know why I support you the whole time, because you give us all the possibility to have an own mind movie when you listen to music.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is what I expect from music. This, and I must feel it, and I cannot, so I support. It's easy decision for me.
Yeah, but I think so. It's so for most people, and most songs that people really like. I think those are the songs that can relate to themselves, and it feels like it's their song. And if you make it too obvious, or if it's too detailed, then the more detailed it gets, the less likely I think you are to reach.
This is true. It's completely true.
Many people that can relate to it, because if too many details are there, too many details are and those details will feel wrong maybe to some specific persons, and that's why I don't want it to be too detailed. It should be more in the rough. If it was a painting, it shouldn't be painted with too many details. You should look at the whole picture and get the feeling of the picture, and not the small details.
I think also. So, und nun haben wir den Self-Titled-Titel Pentagram von Pentagram. Und wie gesagt, ich habe euch gesagt, Welcome to the Show. Das Album war von 2004. Behalt das im Auge. Dazu kommt die Frage. Pentagram. You left the album before. I know your requirement for make this album was not so, now let me say, good. I remember still the answer that you have given me by the last interview, with the candles warm the hands. I hope this time the requirement was most better for you.
Yeah, of course it's better because now we can control it ourselves. In the past, we have to spend most time trying to control or make sure that the labels or the companies working for the band actually did something for us, which didn't happen too often. We had a very strange situation because for example, to make ads in magazines or to promote properly, it costs a lot of money. So of course we could have done that in the past, but the problem was if we were going to invest all the money to promote the band while still being in a record contract, then we would have all the costs and the record label would take the money, and that's not working. So
that's completely true.
So since we could see that the record labels doesn't do very much these days, then the only sane thing to do, I thought, was to start it ourselves. In that way, we could at least invest money, and whatever we could sell or get back, we didn't have to share it with someone doing nothing. So we could, whatever albums we sold, we could take that money and continue to promote it and get it out to more people. So, yeah, of course, the situation is much better now.
This makes me really happy listening to this. So, und den Song habe ich bewusst hinten dran gesetzt, weil ihr habt ja mitgekriegt, die früheren Bedingungen für Henrik waren nicht so besonders vom alten Label, und deswegen dachte ich, So Taker passt.
Yes, we decided to release Black Raven's Cry as a single, and the reason for that was that we wanted to try out our new label. We started by the end of last year, December, since we were just fed up working with the old labels because they couldn't really make anything happening. I guess it was a combination of bad promotion and lack of interest or something. I don't know, it doesn't matter. So we decided to start the label Dark Minstrel Music. And since we had already 4 albums out that so many people didn't really know, we've been around for like 8 years, on our 9th year now, and still a lot of people don't know about the band. So, and the song Black Raven's Cry has been very, very successful among our fans, and also at live concerts it's been basically the given encore song for the gigs, and people write us quite often and telling us stories what this song means for them. So we thought, why not give this song a second chance and do some proper promotion for it this time. So in combination with trying to give this song a second chance, and also trying out the wings on the new label Dark Minstrel Music for the first time, it felt like the good thing to do, to start out with re-releasing this old song. It's from 2006, and on the album it's a slightly different edit of the song, because this version has only been available for the video that's on YouTube. So it basically makes some extra sense also releasing it so people can download it from iTunes or something and get that video version, which until now was unavailable. And yeah, that's the reason why we wanted to re-release it and get it out, just to really give it a second chance. And looking back, we can see it was the absolute right thing to do, because so many new people have heard it, and it's on radio shows around the world like crazy. So we couldn't be happy. I didn't know how important the Black Raven's Cry was at the time when I wrote it. At the pre-production stage, I always write more material than we will use on the album to have something to pick from. So I played all the pre-productions for the band and a few close people around the band that I trust. I played the songs I was certain about, and they agreed. And then I came to the pile of songs that I was a bit doubtful about, and Black Raven's Cry was in that pile. But when they heard that song, everyone said, of course, this song has to be on the album, are you stupid? And looking back, I must agree with them. I was probably kind of stupid. Of course, it should be on the album, and it was probably also one of the best things we did in our career so far, to put it on the album, because it has reached a lot of people, this song. It has a way of catching new people that don't know about the band. They like the song and they get curious about Evil Masquerade and start checking the other stuff out, and most of them seem to like most of what they hear. So not only did we get a great song, we also got an introduction to the band for people that could discover more of what we are.
So, und das ist das Schmuckstückchen. Ihr kennt ihn schon bei, sorry, müsst ihr jedes Mal durch. Black Raven's Cry. Und Black Raven's Cry, ich habe mich mit vielen unterhalten, die diesen Song so lieben wie ich. Sie sagen alle, jawohl, dieser Song hat eine spezielle Magie. Und ich hatte in meinem Leben ein paar so Situationen, die taten echt weh. Und das ist so ein Song, wenn ich den höre, der gibt mir echt Kraft. Da mag ich meinen Arsch wieder bewegen und mich den Geistern stellen. Ich hoffe für euch auch.
Your last album, how autobiographically is it?
Yeah, can you take the question again, because I couldn't hear one word.
Okay, your last album, yeah?
Yeah.
What was the inspiration for the new album? What was the intention for this?
The inspiration, well, I thought, as usual when I write a new album, I spend a lot of time while writing trying to figure out where we should go with the new album, because I usually don't find it too interesting to just do another album that we have just released. So I thought of quite a bit about this album, and it was two things. Basically, one of the things that I felt that if I should do another album, we had to do it on our own company. So that was one of the things, because if I had been forced